hey, I don't usually do longer videos because for quite some time the views suck. And I don't do this to not get views. I'm going to speak of the body. Especially specifically the ladies, but also the dudes too. I was viewing some images of nude women, as I've done over time. It's a part of the thing, I'm a guy, I'm visual. Guys that are into girls like to look at girls if they're working right, and guys that are into guys. And I had this realization, this epiphany, that most ladies within an age range-ish, if their body fat is reasonable, they look good. All the things women do to build their booty with these injections and get this liposuction and this and that and this and that to get some sort of crazy shape XYZ, it's not necessary. It's mostly for this part. You can't disregard the importance of this, but sometimes you need to dismiss this. People have said that the standard for women's bodies is higher than it is for men. It's so difficult, so much more difficult. It's like, no. That's actually not true. It's harder to have a noteworthy physique as a man than it is for a woman. And usually, the only person that would refute that would be a woman. Sorry. Men, in order to look noteworthy, unless they have some crazy genetics, need to consistently lift heavy enough, challenging weight over time and diet in a certain manner to have a level of leanness. Most women just be lean enough. Not super lean. Anything of that ilk. Just reasonably lean. I mean, it just, like I said, came to me the other day. Looking at these pictures, women fully clothed, and then, it's like, I prefer this or that. But it's like, they all look pretty good. What's the common thing? They're fairly lean. They're not fat. Everyone, guys, girls, whatever hybrid of human, looks better with reasonable body fat levels. Unless a person is blessed with the most amazing facial features. There's some people that, because their facial features being fat, still are attractive. But people that are kind of in between, they will look better if they get leaner. So many people overcomplicate stuff. Guys don't usually need to do a lot to build and maintain a real good physique. But they do, based on the standard that's, been made over time. It is what it is. It's just how it is. Got to do more than women. Because guys, women, usually, if they're a decent person, a reasonable person, and, there's a fair amount in certain ways in this world, don't care about anything excessive in terms of the body. That's nice. That's extra. Yes, there are people that do enjoy extra thickness, the Rubenesque, chubby chasers and such. But the vast majority, I mean, I like women that have curves, but aren't like sloppy and obese. Ouch! I have been with women that have actually been on that side. Yes, it's true. I mean, I've been thicker myself. I've never been sloppy obese, but I've been with women that have been, you know, over fat. I was younger and I was drawn to certain things about them, but the one that was like that over time, she adapted to my lifestyle, and I didn't like, oh, you gotta like, I like you and you're pretty and all that stuff, but you gotta get in better shape. No, she was the one that came to me like, I want you to help me get in shape because I want to blah 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 blah. Oh, cool. You represent yourself a certain way, and if people are drawn to you, they'll kind of get into what you're doing, and hopefully it's positive stuff like fitness and such. And that's what happened with this gal years ago, because it was like the sound of her voice, her hair, and just she was really fat. And then years later, this legendary bodybuilder who used to train with Arnold back when, me and this woman were in a health food store, and it wasn't terribly tactful of him, but he kind of leaned forward and goes, is that your guy? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, his long-term relationship lady comes by, and he goes, she used to be as big as a cow, because she lost a bunch of weight. But there are those situations, and it's like, you got to decide what's for you, but sometimes people will adapt. Not everyone's meant to be a size 2 or this or that, but being like a size 30 something or whatever, maybe where it's definitely better for them to be a size 15. I'm speaking about you ladies, because it's about here when it comes to this, and it's about here when it comes to this. You need to pay attention to this at times, but other times override it and pay attention to what's really optimal, what's ideal, what's like best in a reasonable, rational way, and that can be a challenge for people. Even when I see women of a certain age that are out of that range, that are unclothed, it's usually the body fat. And yes, there can be the hormonal stuff here and there. Yeah, sure, I get it. But sometimes it's really just readjusting and doing things that might be beneficial. Backing the carbs down, increasing the protein. Start doing some resistance training because it's good for bone density. I mean, heck, it's not like, just some criticizing just some random women, walking around the street or whatever I see outside or whatever on here. No, it's like I'm talking about women that are doing the sex athlete stuff. Because it happens with guys too. Yeah, I do look at that stuff. Come on, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, this, that, the other thing. It's like, come on. I even find it distracting when I see a guy that's like really skinny or skinny fat, and he's performing. It's like, I don't know, look, this guy's distracting me. Like, he's kind of messing up. I'd rather see this woman like alone than this guy. What is this? Like, yeah, I know he's got a certain attribute, but the thing is, it's like, for most guys, there's not much you need to do in order to build a decent physique. Some guys need to work a little harder to reach that kind of standard, But once again, I'll say it again because life is often about repetition. When it comes to the ladies, ain't gotta go crazy. It's fairly simple, not easy for various reasons for everyone. I think I've said enough. What do you have to say if you're still around? Comment. Tell me I'm completely effed in the head, or yes, I agree with this, I don't agree with that, whatever it is. Later.